Welcome to our continuing series, Questions and Answers from the works of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. Today's subject is Courage, Part 5 from the Mother. But if only once the soul has made an appeal, if once it has made contact with the grace, then in the following life one immediately finds oneself in conditions where everything can be swept away at one stroke. At that moment, you need to have a great courage, a great endurance, though at times a true love is sufficient. And if there is faith, a little, a very, very little is enough. Then everything is swept away. But in most cases, what you need is a great stoic courage, a capacity to endure and to hold out. The resistance, especially in the case of a previous suicide, resistance to the temptation to again begin this foolishness, because it makes a terrible formation. There is also this habit of not looking the difficulty straight in the face, which is translated by taking flight. When suffering comes, fly, fly, instead of absorbing the difficulty, instead of holding tight, that is to say, not stirring within, not yielding, yes, above all, not yielding when you feel within, I cannot bear it any longer. Hold your head as quiet as possible. Do not follow the movement. Do not obey the vibration. The most terrible thing is when you do not have the strength, the courage, something indomitable. How often they come and tell me, I want to die, I want to run away, I want to die. They get the answer, well, then die to yourself. You are not asked to let your ego survive. Die to yourself since you want to die. Have that courage, the true courage to die to your egoism. But because it is a karma, you have to do something yourself. Karma is a construction of the ego. The ego must do something. Everything cannot be done for it. The truth is this: karma is the result of the actions of the ego, and it is only when the ego abdicates that karma is dissolved. You can aid the ego, you can assist it, you can give it force and infuse it with courage, but it must use them. From Sri Aurobindo's Aphorisms 230. Courage and love are the only indispensable virtues. Even if all the others are eclipsed or fall asleep, these two will save the soul alive. Sri Aurobindo speaks of courage and love, meanness and selfishness, nobleness and generosity. So she asked me, could you give me the definition of these words? At first, I thought it wouldn't come, but all of a sudden it came. So I noted it down. It's interesting. Mother reads, courage is the total absence of fear in all its forms. Two things you must never forget: Sri Aurobindo's compassion and the mother's love. And it is with these two things that you will go on fighting steadily, patiently, until the enemies are definitively routed and the victory is won forever. Courage outside, peace inside, and a quiet, unshakable trust in the Divine's grace. 19th May 1933. From Sri Aurobindo. National education is by no means impracticable or even difficult. It needs nothing but a resolute enthusiasm in the country and the courage to take a leap into the unknown. This courage is common in individuals but not in nations, least of all in subject nations. And yet, when the fire is lit, it is perhaps subject nations more than any other which are found ready to take the lead.